Mhm. Huh. I mean, yeah, you were talking mad shit about this hero, and I was starting to think that you were crazy because people started winning with Ricky. But whenever my team Nouns played this hero, we ended up just getting owned. We couldn't do anything
Strong
with it.
spirit.
So you might still be onto something.
This hero is utter garbage outside of the ability to play with other heroes. Like this
Mhm.
hero does nothing outside of smokescreen and shard, which is like pretty ridiculous
With
in
10
terms
seconds
of
up,
like how
call a
Dota
time.
is
Tell an
played
announcer
to
your level
consider like
if
this
that's
hero
a
is
big deal.
literally only
5
picked
seconds.
for a low cooldown catch. Like that is it. It's like a 16-second cooldown ability that allows you to catch heroes from far away. Um, it's the only reason he's picked. And then you can combo it with other heroes. The thing that a lot of people don't realize, the reason I think Ricky is actually like a bad hero is because people play it in pubs and they don't consider their
Radiant gets
teammates,
the
right? They don't
ban.
consider what heroes that they have on their teams to play with. And then you don't have anyone to play with, and then you just have like a walking, really shitty observer ward that just like feeds the whole game.
And then in 15 minutes, he gets a sleeping dart that he can kind of throw around. But other than that, he's not doing much.
Yeah, but it's like I said, if you don't have someone to play with on your team,
10
it's a
seconds.
useless
Just long
hero.
enough
So
to regret every
it's not
decision
like a
made
pick
if
every
you
game
lose.
type of thing, which I know some people try to
5
do.
seconds.
It is still a very much niche pick. Um,
Dire gets the
so
ban.
we'll see. I'm a little bit confused as to why they would pick the Storm Spirit into it, though. Right? Isn't this like one of those heroes that you really don't want to play into Ricky?
Yes, it's pretty bad against pretty much everything here. Like in the Pango, you've got tons of chain
10
stun.
seconds.
If you BKB immediately after you get hit with the smoke cloud as well, Trim Protect is there. He can
We're
put his
starting in
ultimate on
5
you and just
seconds
hold you in
with or without
place.
you.
Like it is a little bit rough playing the Storm Spirit here. You're not even sure what you're playing into as far as the mid matchup goes.
Radiant gets the ban.
It is decent with the Keeper of the Light though. I just remember like
It's got to be the Pango mid, right?
he,
Like with Timbersaw off lane for speed, it's got to be Pango mid, and like Storm Spirit does win that lane matchup, but like Pango
Dire
still
turret it.
kind of farms, doesn't he? Like it's not the end of the world. It's just you pick the Storm because of the Coddle matchup. I think that's the only reason they have it here.
just because they feel like it pairs so well. It feels
Yeah,
so much worse though after like the Storm Spirit in general just feels worse after they remove the small camp by the
it
mid
is.
lane.
Yeah. I mean, he's good in lanes that
10
he
seconds.
wins, right? And I think he does beat the Pango, but you don't really have
5 seconds.
like you have to get a really early BKB this game, because if you don't, you are just gonna die to Ricky Pango constantly in the mid game. Like at 15 minutes, like he's just gonna shard you. You're gonna have defusal, and then they're just gonna run at you.
That is a bizarre pickup against the Storm Spirit. Storm has a
Yeah,
very easy time getting on top of the draw range. You do have Silence, which is one more tool to force the Storm into building an early BKB. But outside of that, I feel like the Storm is very good against draw range. You're going to build that BKB
10
anyways.
seconds.
trying to think what you can build now on NoRunes. The problem is you can't really
5
pick
seconds.
Sniper because of the
4,
Timber Saw.
3, you get it.
So what do you pick as a carry that doesn't really lose the Timbersaw lane, but also matches up really well into Drow?
You know what
And
I really would have liked? I really would have liked a Shadow Fiend safe lane, but it's already been
it's
banned
been
out.
banned, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm Cave
you need a
Johnson.
gap closer. That is not
That
really a
seems-
gap closer.
That is not a gap closer. It's great if it can get on top of the Drow Ranger. I'm not sure how
I don't think
amazing
it
it is
ever
against
will.
the Timbersaw inside the lane, though.
It's okay. It's actually okay, because I'm not sure if you've been seeing how Timbersaw's played nowadays, but this hero typically goes like probably 3-2-1. You go 1 point reactive armor, max out whirling death and timber chain, and you just play for damage in the mid game.
Oh my god, look at this Drow Ranger set. Now that is somebody that could beat me up.
All right, cool down.
Sorry, back
You
on
might want
topic.
to. We need to put some ice on your forehead real quick, Nev. You need to calm down.
Alright, continue the point you were making before.
No, I'm gonna switch to in game so everyone can see what you're talking about with this Drow Ranger, just so that everyone has an idea.
10
Do you have
Um,
showcase view mode on? Or sorry, what is it called again?
it is
10
showcase
seconds.
view, yeah.
Okay.
That's the I honestly I do like that Drow set though. It is really good. It was one of those things when like that set got released and they're like, what the hell? They gave Drow abs. When did this happen? It's like kind of funny how that like they just like gave her a like an 8-pack. It's like nuts. She's like
Yeah,
she
good for
hit the
her.
gym, you know?
Good for her, honestly. I think I could learn something from this.
Yeah. In terms of draft, though, who do you like? What do you think?
I'd say that I prefer. Up until I saw the Drow Ranger pick, I preferred 5RATFORCESTAFF. I'm gonna go with NoRunes. I'm not crazy about the Troll Warlord or the Drow Ranger. I feel like the last pick on both these teams is a little bit lacking. I don't know where Coach Panders is right now. You have not been impressing me, sir. All right, it's time for you to step it up.
So I'm kind of with you on that, but I like the Drow more than I like the Troll. And I really do think that the timing on the Ricky Shard plus Pango, if Pango doesn't like ridiculously feed and like tilt out of the game, I think they have a really good timing to kind of slow down this Storm Spirit game. So I'm gonna go with 5RAT here. I think Drow like has at least some functionality in this game in terms of being able to match up well with the silence. She does pretty decently in lane versus the Tide Hunter. Whereas like the Troll Warlord, I think he has to go Battle Fury. And then even then, it's like one more item plus BKB plus Blink. So we'll see. I like, unless they're just planning on using a different hero to deal with the Drow Ranger, but not 100% sold. So we'll have to find out. Should be an exciting game nonetheless. Lil Nicholas here and now playing for 5RATFORCESTAFF. Very excited about this. He also has one of the better Ricky skins. Not the best Ricky skin, because I have the best Ricky skin. I spared no expenses for a hero that was literally named after me. So
Right.
yeah, my good friend Ice Frog messaged me in Dota 1 asking what I wanted the next hero to be named. And I tried to be subtle about it. I was like, name him Ricky Maru, you know, just so like people didn't know exactly that it was named after me.
Right.
And then when, you know, they bought the rights for Dota and they're like, all right, we're going to change the name. Like, screw it, man. We'll just give it the name Ricky. It's yours. I'm like, thanks, dude. Thanks, John Valve. Thanks,
Thanks,
Ice Frog.
Mr. Frog.
Yeah.
All right,
Nice guys.
Please, just Mr. Frog is my father's name. Just call me Ice.
Yeah. Just a bunch of nice
tell
guys,
this one a lot. Honestly, I wish you knew other stories.
I don't have a lot going for me, Nev.
Now, how do you feel about Little Nick just swapping around roles, basically changing to whatever his team needs to play? I mean, he was a mid laner ages back, switched to off lane.
Started as a mid laner.
Yeah.
So he also played support for a while. Like, he was a support player for a good minute on some other teams. His Bane was like super obnoxious. And I think like for now it's totally fine. Like, I actually kind of like Nick in the support position because I think he's really smart, and I think he's got like a lot of like laning expertise. Like, he knows how he wants the lane to be played as a core, so he knows kind of how to handle that as a support. So yeah, I think he's a good lane hero, or a good laning partner. But we'll see how it works, you know, as game develops. But happy to see him back into the fold.
Yeah, me too.
Let's talk about mid lane.
Didn't feel right when it was not on the team.
Yeah,
let's talk about mid lane, Ricky.
We got Red 2 up against the Jeans himself. Storm Spirit versus Pango. Definite Storm Spirit favored lane, right?
Yeah, it is relatively easy for Mr. Jeans in this one. He has more nukes to work with, his reasonable amounts of magic damage. Plus, against any melee hero, Storm Spirit does very well. Eventually, you're going to have to come in close to him to get some CS. At that point, if you combo up like 1-1-1, once you hit level 3, like, if Red 2's sitting at like anything less than half HP, he's just dead. So you'd be quite careful in this lane.
Absolutely. You do have a interesting match up top, right? The Treant Protector as the 5 up against Tiny Tide Hunter, and this is a lot of damage for him to deal with, since it is, you know, physical damage reduction or physical armor reduction here from the Gush, and then of course just the really heavy auto attacks, but being both Tiny and Tide Hunter. But you also have the 0 armor of the Tiny, dealing with the right clicks of a Drow Ranger and a Treant Protector. So it is, you know, a fun trading lane.
You have a double melee lane against a Treant Protector. Like, if you want to get on top of the Drow Ranger, you're gonna be hit by Leech Seed. You're just gonna be healing up the Drow Ranger.
Yeah, exactly. Not like Leech Seed plus fighting through Nature's Grasp, which is always difficult to do. So yeah, definitely gonna be a a good lane here, I think, for the Drow. In terms of CS, pretty even, I would say, between all 3 lanes, considering. But Mini on the Troll Warlord having a pretty great time. As expected, right? He shouldn't really get pushed out too much here. Speed did go for the second point in reactive armor here, since he is just going to be getting chunked by the fervor stacks and he needs to have it. Ooh.
I did not see that one coming.
I mean, he was just chasing AB1 around for a while, but that is surprising because he had a ward to scout the Tiny.
Just whacks him once every 2 seconds and finishes him off with avalanche after a tree toss. It's just way too slow in the tree and protector. So he goes down.
Wow. He's going to get a bottle refill in the mid lane. That was all tactical. Tactical feed to get the bottle refill. Copium.
I see. He's just been waiting for him here.
Yeah. Well, the Tiny like rotated in. They saw him grab the bounty rune, so he knew he wasn't getting a bottle refill at all.
Well, mid to top himself back up. Got 3 bottle charges. Water runes are about to spawn, so
Yeah.
Mr. Jean's harass really isn't sticking onto him, thankfully.
Tiny getting whacked quite a bit here in the top lane.
And Ricky, keep it light, both rotating in. Kyle's just going to back off, realize he can't contest the runes really. Mr. Jeans, he's actually gone for arcane boots as his first item.
That's a little bit interesting, actually. Especially having the Coddle on your team, I feel like you don't necessarily need it. You might be like a lot of times we see Storm Spirits like just rush their first like damage item, but maybe he'll disassemble that relatively early.
I mean, have you seen what Nick's been up to though? He's been chasing the Coddle around the jungle, so Coddle's not been able to really stack. But this is something that like Storm Spirit really likes doing, like post laning phase, just be able to clear out creep camps really quickly. But due to the harassment from Little Nick here, he's just not able to do anything. Sucks.
Yeah, and speed's just gone 0-2-2, so he's very easy at just like cutting bot lane at this point. Can't really get pressured out, has Timber Chain to get away. And Nick does trade pretty well into the Coddle, so that's something he has to be definitely careful of on the Coddle. Like just getting double blink striked on by a Ricky is a lot of damage. All right, he's getting a lot of stacks off now on Nuages.
Yeah.
Oh, goodbye,
Nick let him do that.
Looks like Radiant's courier just kicked the biscuit.
I mean, it's pretty obvious why the Coddle's sitting over here by the mid lane. I'm surprised that Nick let him do that.
I think like Pango can come clear these stacks, to be honest. Actually, Timber, we might see the Timber Saw make an early rotation to clear the stacks. He's got his 3rd point Timber Chain now. He's just going to keep maxing these out, leave those only 2 points of reactive armor for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the question is if he's going to be able to, given that...
I mean, he's going to hit
it's going to be Storm Spirit doing this right now.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, he's got to keep her the light with him. You can just spam
and
magic.
mana boons.
Boons?
Boons. It's a boon. Why not?
You know what? Casting with you is a boon, Ricky.
Hell yeah, man.
Looks like Dyer's courier just bit the bucket.
That's all I got.
That's fine. You don't need much more than that. It's true. Regen sniped top lane by the Tiny. Quite nice. There is a Rolling Thunder available. Nice avalanche. I don't think they're going to... Are they going to continue the chase? Oh, yeah. He's going to try. No way. Oh, no. Well, he gets the stack, right?
Yeah. I suppose he gets the stack at the very least.
That is... Does he get the stack? Oh, boy. That feels
triple
bad.
stack. He'll get it, yeah. They'll all have to share the experience from this one,
Yeah. And Mr. Jean's cleared up 2 of the big stacks in the jungle now.
Yeah.
Come on, bottom lane, speed hit level 6, and Mini, yeah, you can't really deal with this. He's going to force that battle trance. Oh, okay, never mind. He's just going to leave him away.
There wasn't really any angles he could jump him on trees with there. I think after he misses, like, the initial jump, he realizes that this Troll Warlord is just going to be able to walk away with the movement speed bonus he has from Berserker Rage and Phase Boots.
He's got his mana boots now too, so Timbersaw should be able to like pretty easily sustain this lane for a while. They do have a good ward here. They're gonna go for it. They have the smoke screen. Is it enough to find the kill though? Yeah, it is. Beautifully done there.
Yeah, he did have. Sorry, he actually did have Berserker Rage available. He's sitting on like a free point right now, but
he couldn't make it out of the smoke screen. Like he was right on the edge up until he died.
He was out of it afterwards.
Was he? Oh, okay.
But yeah, mana boots ended up giving speed enough confidence. Just walk in there and get a kill off onto him. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, he goes down, putting pressure onto the tier 1 tower. Drows move back in the jungle.
Really even game right now. It is 1-1. One of the probably the lowest kill game that we've seen so far in the Pro Series.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is getting obliterated.
8-minute runes about to spawn. Of course, we got Ricky up here on the top side. And it is going to be a DD rune for red 2.
Not bad. I'm not sure he can actually turn this into a kill. Looks like he'll... Yeah, not much is going to come out of this one. So, it is a relatively low kill game. DNM obviously just farming inside the jungle. Gyro Ranger usually has the same problem as Troll Warlord, which she needs like 1 or 2 items before she's ready to start fighting.
Jeans went in here. Gonna get the nice chakra refill as he blink strikes away one more time, hiding in the trees, but they should be able to continue the chase, and they do. Jeans will find the kill there.
Yep. I think Nick is decent, and the men find a kill off onto the Tiny as well. The double damage rune.
That is a Helm of the Dominator on Hiko.
It is a Helm of the Dominator on Hiko.
And a double damage rune, plus the Rolling Thunder. Hiko in some trouble now, as Red 2 will just play ping pong here against these walls, and more than enough damage to finish him off. So not only does he snipe the stack, he gets the kill and the Helm Dom creep. That is a look at the gold he got from this. He got almost like, he got like 500 gold.
He's a pretty wealthy Tidehunter. Now, I'm not sure when the last time you've seen Helm Dom Tidehunter is, if ever.
I have seen it a couple times, but it's been a minute, for sure.
Okay, so people used to pick this one up every so often. Just take advantage of the fact that Ravage has such a massive cooldown. Like, your only stun on this hero is on 150 seconds. So people realize they can just circumvent this by grabbing themselves a Helm Dom, getting the Centaur creep, and stunning people with that one, or having the follow-up stun to the Ravage. It's become a lot less popular because the hero is just like very good at being initiator and farming, so you just get tanky items on it and in front of your team. But same principle kind of applies. But man, this is what I love about Hiko. He consistently goes for unique builds and plays unique heroes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't put him on a Broodmother. Let him do cool shit, man.
Well, haste rune bottom, grabbed by Nuages, is there's no way to get anyone else there to pick that one up. I think we could talk about XP a little bit. Lil Nick is only level 4 here on the Ricky. He needs to get the tome. He's got it sending out right now, so he will get that permanent.
That's why they call him Lil Nick, man. Come on.
He's about to be medium Nick.
Oh shit.
So yeah, he does need this. Get him right up to that level 6 almost. And in terms of timings, where are we at on the Pango's Diffusal? I mean, he's almost finished. He's only 100 some odd gold away. So you will have that Diffusal before your Dart comes out. So that's going to be quite nice. Ooh, Radiant scanning the triangle. They think they're going to find the Drow there, but it was actually the Timbersaw. Well, actually, they might find Drow there, as DNM is now rotating into the triangle.
They changed their mind. They're just going to go for the Timbersaw instead.
Do they have the damage between these two? He has Witchblade now. They might be able to. They're going to make the jump, and oh, nice pull back there with the Vortex. Speed, Avalanche, and Toss does get the Chakram reset, but the damage from the Pango. Oh my gosh, the Diffusal reveal absolutely shredding the health there on the Storm Spears. They look for more. That's not even the Diffusal. That's just Lance of Pursuit. What?
Lance of Pursuit finish. The Diffusal Blade's not done. It's just a huge amount of damage from the Timbersaw as well. The thing that messed it up more than anything else was that toss. He never ended up getting it off onto the Timbersaw. He ended up tossing the Storm Spirit through the Chakram on the way back, which just did massive damage to him. How much did it do? I mean, Death Summary of the Storm Spirit. Come on.
The Storm Spirit, he took almost all damage from Timbersaw, 780 pure damage. The Chakram actually crushed him. I didn't realize how many trees he got in that Chakram. Or not in the Chakram, the Whirling Death.
Whirling Death, yeah.
But that was pretty nuts. Jean's here in the mid lane. I'm gonna make the jump. Again, there's your Diffusal reveal. The Rolling Thunder coming through, and the Blink Strike to finish him off. A beautiful Gust as well. In comes the Timbersaw. They've got him. Oh boy. 2 deaths back-to-back on Jeans, massively slowing him down, and a 3k gold lead now for 5RAT.
Yeah, that was just one silence into another. Gust comes out immediately after the
top
screen.
lane.
This is what we are concerned about.
They TP in speed. They're just going to chase down the Tide. He has the Ravage. They're going to try and force it, but I don't think he gets out of here at all. No chance.
Yeah, he doesn't commit the Ravage. I mean, if he does, this is one less tool they have to like actually take a team fight against 5RAT. Now they're down 3k net worth, so post landing phase are looking really good.
I mean, DNM is almost keeping up with the Troll Warlord, and Drow is not considered to be one of those like really fast farming heroes, of course. Troll almost has his Battle Fury, just about 30 gold away, but I feel like they're going to be able to apply a lot of pressure to the Troll, especially with this like Ricky Pango right now. Oh, they actually saw Ricky for a moment. Nuages needs to be careful. They drop a sentry.
They commit onto Nuages here.
They don't manage to get it. They bait him with a nice magic wand pop there. Rolling Thunder is available for red too. He actually just doesn't even bother pulling it.
He just died. I guess I'll die. Trying to go on a little Nick here. I'm not sure they're gonna have the follow up.
He has a blink strike in one.
Yikes.
Oh,
okay. They're gonna go for it. Tiny ends up coming by.
Nicely played there by Tiny, the Tumbler's toy from the corner. Speed has to defend this tower. They actually cannot afford to give this tower up right now.
I don't think they're going to be able to keep it alive. Fortify on cooldown. Troll Warlord have been quick work at this one.
Yeah, that is a huge death there from the side of 5RAT. Losing the tier 1 mid tower on the back of it too. That is rough. A lot of gold and XP going the way of NoRunes there. Really recovering Storm Spirit's game as he was like bottom of all 6 cores for a while.
I promise this will get
He's looking a little bit better now. Still not great, and again, he just has to rush a BKB in this game.
Both Tiny and Treants almost have their blink daggers.
Okay.
What?
They're just burning through mana down here in the bottom lane. It's kind of funny to me, but I think he's waiting to find a target to jump. Drow Ranger, I don't think he's going to go any further forward than this, so DNM's going to be fine. We still haven't seen a Ravage come out this game. Kiko is sitting 0-2. So the Helm Dom Gambit didn't really pay off. I thought he'd have the opportunity to just like jump somebody earlier on, but unfortunately not.
I think the other idea behind the Helm Dom is to try and push the tower, but you're against a Treant Protector, and you just don't do enough tower damage on a Tidehunter to do this. What is that weapon? Very interesting. So mid-tier 1 tower. They do have a catapult here, but a Coddle, making it almost impossible to push at this point.
Yeah,
Are they gonna go for Hiko here?
It's still not as rough for them as it is playing against 5RAT, as they have to play into the Treant Protectors to be healing up the towers. He's been fairly good about that this game. Top tower has been receiving living armor basically off the cooldown.
Avalanche dust into the toss back. Nick goes down. Nice find there by the Tiny. They will, of course, know about that ward eventually, but they actually dropped the sentry up on the high ground, but like to scout for this ward, but they didn't have anything to actually check the high ground. He could have tricked up there, so a little bit bizarre. They didn't try and look for that ward.
Yep. Actually, he's completed a Blink Dagger on the Pango, so as soon as this gets flown out to him, they're going to be looking to take a fight.
Whoa, that's double Blink Dagger then, because 81 has his as well. Yep. So they do have the Overgrowth follow-up. Hiko here, he went pig mode. That's going to cost him. Oh, Tiny caught as well on the backside, tosses him away, but easily chased down here from the Drow Ranger. One more auto attack from Red 2 is going to give him the double kill. And now Nuage is chased down from Speed. So 3 quick ones there for the side of 5RAT. They're just going to go right into Roche.
There's certainly not, right?
I mean, Drow can take this.
2 points in the 2 points for smoke screen. They have a lucky shot as well, or corrosion. I mean, maybe they can do this.
Yeah, especially when Speed comes in. Absolutely.
Bonuses in living armor as well. And to drop this on Speed. Okay, they managed to take Roshan. Take the fight nearby the pit. This is not what I was expecting. I don't think NoRunes thought they were capable of doing Roshan. Otherwise, they wouldn't have taken that fight nearby the pit.
Yeah. And back to top lane. The Treant Protector goes. Just continues to try and slow the game down up there. Lilnik does have his shard.
Puts him in such a rough position. So the shard is completed right now. Blink Dagger just got done on paying on top of the diffuse. So Drow Ranger has a Hurricane Pike. Just find a Grove Bow as well. That's going to go the way of Drow.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Nice D
Swing and a
sentry there.
miss.
Nuages getting chased down here in the jungles. They will find him. Sleeping Dart does come out. I think they're a little bit afraid, but a nice silence and speed just chunks them right there.
Yeah.
That's the one hero that you don't want to lose. And it's going to be so difficult to keep the call alive outside of your base. Like, you defend the tier 3s, but if you get boxed out in at this point, it's pretty rough. But whenever you show yourself, Little Nick's going to be there for the Sleeping Dart, and so you can set up for the rest of his team who, like we mentioned, now all has Blink Daggers.
Yeah, that's exactly it, right? You have this Ricky that is going to be a massive issue now.
Yeah. Can I get a hashtag Rat Pack, Ricky?
Hashtag Rat Pack?
Yeah. You know, it's the 5RAT's catchphrase.
Ah, I see. Yeah, hashtag Rat Pack, sure.
Yeah.
Mid lane. And they do have some really good sentries here protecting this triangle for the side of 5RAT. So if they see the Ricky there, they, they'll have eyes on it ahead of time. But then you just have this that can happen.
Well, we've got BKB now clear on the Storm Spirit, but BKB Witchblade ain't really enough to defend your base. This isn't the age where Storm Spirit could just build up more Null Tals whenever he's losing a game, or just build more Null Talismans in general.
God, I hated
losing
that.
the game.
I was so glad when that got changed. All right, Nick manages to find the Coddle as he gets the 4-staff away for the chase through, the nice smoke screen, and another kill. Again, there's just no safe place for the Coddle. You said it exactly. He can't really get outside of the base now. Tier 2 bottom will fall, as backdoor protection is going to give it an extra second or two of life, but not nearly enough to keep it alive. And they just smoke up again. 5RAT is, I guess you could say, definitely hashtag rat packing right now, as they just look for hero after hero. It's going to be Mr. Jeans in the mid lane.
They're not.
There's the defusal.
I mean, if they force the BKB out of him, then
he's out of mana, dude. He is.
It doesn't even matter if
they don't go.
The BKB. Speed wants this pretty badly. I think he realizes Storm Spirit's at no mana, but yeah, Chakra Magic enough to be able to zip out of here.
They're not done. They can just do this all day, baby. The chase continues. The 4-staffs trying to buy him some space, but they're going to just stick to Nuages. All right, never mind. They will back out. They don't want to go that far, I suppose. But it is just space, right? Like, they force everyone back into the base on NoRunes, and DNM is just free farming on the Drow Ranger. There's a Basher done on red 2 now.
There's not been able to touch DNM all game. Yeah, so
with
that done, I mean, even if you pop the BKB on the Storm Spirit, you risk getting disabled by the Pango having it followed up with an Overgrowth. Like, it's going to be all of a sudden so easy for AB1 to set up with this Overgrowth.
They had a perfect scan here. They predicted this smoke absolutely on the money, and they know exactly where NoRunes
waiting on the high ground for them. Speed sitting in front. I mean,
he's trying to bait him out. Just Timber Chons away, but gets caught by a nice Vortex. The Ravage comes out from Hiko. They will take down that Treant Protector, though. Nice Overgrowth onto 5. The question is, will they follow it up with anything? They don't want to risk. Red 2 does not have that Rolling Thunder for a few more seconds. Avalanche will catch Lil Nick. Nice jump away. Hurricane Pike up onto the high ground, but now they've caught DNM. He's got that Aegis. He's going to be forced to spend it. Mr. G's the BKB. Will survive for the moment, but here comes Rolling Thunder. The blink on through. Where do they find? It's going to be Nuages potentially. No, chasing it down the Tidehunter as Red 2's looking for more on the backside. Hiko trying to TP out. No way. I mean, overall, a really good fight, though, from NoRunes. They get a lot out of this.
Yep. With that, I think they probably just move up to the top and try to take that tier 1. They ping out the Troll Warlord, so it'll force Mini out of lane. I don't think Mini goes down here, though.
He's got a Haste Rune on Red 2. He very well could. Nah, he's going to TP out soon, right? Oh, he doesn't have a TP. Hiding in the trees, though.
Away. Realizes what the other team's up to. So yeah, I managed to take a pretty good fight at first, thanks to Hiko's decent positioning, but after that they just end up losing the Tide Hunter, which isn't so bad. Your average is still on cooldown, and the later you can pull this, the better off you are. They managed to slow down the momentum of 5RAT with that one. The smoke forced 5RAT to play a little bit defensively. They wait for them. They get like a 2-for-1 trade after that last team fight. Like, you're fine with this. It gives Troll Warlord time, like you mentioned, to continue to farm items up after this battle period, because you will out-farm the Drow with this item build.
Yeah, it was just a really nice play off of the Storm Spirit, waiting for the Timber Chain to go for the Vortex, and then of course the Force Staff into Ravage to block any saves there. So they did a fantastic like spell layering there on NoRunes just to guarantee the kill onto the Timber Saw. Otherwise, if Speed manages to get out of there, that is a disastrous fight for NoRunes, because he could just come right back in after a few moments.
Yeah. Speed's going for an Aghanim Scepter.
Yep.
Is sick, man.
That's just the build nowadays, dude. It really is just instant Kaya Sanj into the Aghanim Scepter. After that, it's things like either Blink, BKB. That's all you need. You just do it so much damage. I can't tell you how many times I was casting the SAD PC, and Whisper would just do this exact build. So Kaya Sanj, Aghanim Scepter, Blink, and he would just one-shot heroes for 2,000 pure damage. It was hilarious.
One shot. I feel like it's a lot of shots.
Well, I mean, it was a quarter second of damage.
Actually.
You know, it's hard to respond in a quarter second for 2,000 pure damage.
That is true.
Avalanche. Jump in from Tiny. Red 2 does manage to get the Rolling Thunder off, though, and Mini will be unable to chase. AB1 hiding in the trees here. They're going to find him eventually. Yep. Nicely done. No overgrowth, and they even managed to lose the Ricky in the mid lane as Mr. Jeans pops the BKB with the double damage rune for that one.
Not bad. So they start to... I mean, again, this is just road to recovery for them. The Troll Warlord is more than happy this game is starting to get stalled out here. The Drow Ranger will eventually fall off. The Storm Spirit has a couple of items he needs. I am, like, 5RAT do have the ability to take these team fights fairly easily. Don't get me wrong. Like, you have Basher on the ping. If he can hit Storm Spirit after the BKB and then follow up with an Overgrowth, Storm will just die, but they've been taking these fights fairly carefully on NoRunes the last little bit.
Dude, I don't know how, but that Storm Spirit got so much XP for killing the level 10 Ricky. Like, he got almost 1,000 experience, which is like 3/4 of a level.
It ain't fair, is it?
It was very bizarre. Oh, smoked up on the side. Ooh, lots of sentries getting placed there. Good stuff, good stuff. They will run into the Troll Warlord here, though. That's the big kill. They need the Rolling Thunder to follow this one up, and they've got it. Now the Overgrowth as well. He does have the BKB, though. And he's going to be forced to pop it. He's going to get away, but a nice Overgrowth to hold in place. And there it is, the Battle Trance. Chasing after AB1, the root will connect. Yeah, you're going to lose the Treant Protector, but you're going to be quite happy with this trade. 2 for 1. They get the BKB out of the Troll Warlord. And I'm surprised they just didn't try to respond on, like, the Storms. Look at the damage. Speed almost killing the Storm Spirit instantly, and now he's got to get out of here. Pops the BKB, going to try and turn it around. Maybe he can find the kill onto the Timber Saw. Nuage's, though, going to regret that decision to stick around. This is the Vortex TP out. Storm Spirit will survive on a sliver of HP, but that is the Ags reveal.
Set up on the Tide Hunter here. But it looks like Hiko's going to be able to walk away, crack himself, keep alive. In fact, they try to turn this on the Drow Ranger. There's
That's a Ravage under the tower. He's dead. Okay, nice turnaround.
They miss. They miss with the dust. Little Nick manages to dodge that one out with the tricks of the trade. No, he got them zoomer reflexes. He may be small, but the man's a gamer.
He is indeed. Well, that's a rough death for the Drow. Like, you're still really far ahead on your other cores, but this Drow Ranger does need to have some late game potential here. Oh, Treant Protector. He caught out. He's certainly dead. Nice rotation from Mini to clean this one up, and Storm Spirit actually jumping in really aggressively.
I don't know about this one. Not against the Timber Side. He has way too much AoE damage inside the pit, so they move away. And
Red 2,
turn their eyes to Red 2.
Into Rolling Thunder, and he has to leave. I was like, yeah, they will eventually click you down. So, Red 2 pops his regen. He's going to be...
There's just no way they do Roche. Right?
I mean,
Timbersaw's not coming.
if they don't know about this, it's gonna fall. Lil Nick on the side here drops the smoke screen. He knows something is up.
Oh, Minnie's trying to get outside the smoke screen. Roche won't get the right angle for him, though.
Red 2, swashbuckle there. In comes the Chakram's gonna start doing some work. When he goes in, Nick snaps the Aegis. No way! And the shard. He gets both objects, and now Drow Ranger on the backside will fall. So honestly, not bad for NoRunes, but in comes the overgrowth from AB1. Nick is here as well. He sends the Timbersaw into the fray as Minnie's gonna pop that Battle Trance, try and stay on top of the Timbersaw. He's losing mana and fast, but will they be able to finish him off? That's the question. Minnie in some trouble, but he's gonna get healed up. He survives on 70 HP. Red 2's looking for the kill, jumps for it, does manage to secure it. Nick's still alive through it all thanks to that Aegis. Throws the dart out onto the Tidehunter, trying to survive, but where are we? Chasing down the Tiny. They get him. It's Red 2, still doing work. Gets the swashbuckle onto Nuages. He's got no mana to escape this one. Jumps up onto the high ground. One more auto attack to finish him off. A massive fight there for both teams, but ends up being a pretty big win for 5RAT.
Yeah, that steal was so huge. Ricky managed to grab that one. He's holding on to the Aghanim shard as well. He's going to pass it over to someone else. So it ends up being all for nothing. I'm surprised they even went for that one. That fight could have gone a lot worse for them, though. When the Tiny tossed the Timbersaw back into the team, chakrams weren't available. They were still on cooldown as he just retracted them. Like, they could have just wiped them all out immediately before they managed to get another kill off like Ricky and whatnot.
Does anyone not have shard? I think they all have shard. Oh, Speed doesn't. All right, Speed gets a free shard. So the good old flamethrower. Not like the most amazing ability, but the slow is pretty cool. Does do a little bit more building damage as well. Red 2 got an enormous amount of XP from that fight. Like, he is suddenly level 20 with an Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, man's powerful. Cloak of Flame for both teams now, by the way. Drow Ranger pitches up a BKB as well after that team fight.
They found Jeans. Trying to force the bash. Nice avalanche in from Tiny to try and buy him space. 4 staffs away. A second 4 staff there from Hiko, but they're going to keep chasing as you don't really care on Speed here. Pops the flamethrower, Chakram's out onto Minnie's to be forced to BKB. The Ravage comes through as well. They take down one. The Overgrowth might be able to save the Timbersaw. No, he's got the Aghanim Scepter on Minnie. Gets those dispels off. He's going to be fine. The Drow Ranger coming through. Nick on the backside will get scattered out. Drops the smoke screen, doing some work. The shard onto the Troll Warlord. He gets 4 staff to safety, but DNM right on top of him will be able to come out the victor. They steal the gem. A 3-for-3 trade. I mean, it's hard to say whether or not like NoRunes is coming out ahead in these because it is like an even trade technically, but the Drow Ranger is the big winner once again this time.
Yeah, and if I can't actually get on the backline because they're too busy trying to deal with the Timbersaw and the Pango, then Drow Ranger is more than happy. This is what we're concerned about in the draft as well. Up until you have the Blink Dagger on the Troll Warlord like you mentioned, really DNM's gonna have a free reign in these fights.
So she queued up the MKB now. I mean, he's doing a decent job on the Troll, like making sure to save Whirling Axes to dispel the Overgrowth, which, I mean, is really smart for the Ags pick up this game. I was trying to figure out exactly like the main reasoning behind the Ags, but that is it, right? He gets BKB Overgrowth, he instantly pops Whirling Axes.
You can take off like the Dishonor from Lucky Shot as well.
Yeah.
So there's just so many things that are stopping him from attacking. He feels like, okay, I really have to go for the Aghanim Scepter this game. But now he's got to get the MKB because he's dealing with the Ricky just smoke cloud 80%, sorry, 75% mischance. Ooh, Mindbreaker find.
Ooh, they're going to find Lil Nick. Ward Sentry does come out. Nice gust, but it's not going to be enough to save him. The gem goes on the ground. The Drow on the run. They're going to chase in. Mr. Jeans wants to play aggressive. Gets just chunked there by the Timbersaw. As he jumped through on the backside, we're going to see Red 2 doing the damage as he continues to chase onto Nuages here. Swashbuckle to finish off the kill. DNM popped the BKB for this. He's looking to go in, but the BKB is going to expire. And Jeans, he's still got his available. Continue the chase on top of the Drow Ranger, but he's falling low on mana. It will be Many that follows him up to finish off that kill. And AB1 unable to save him. They do have the Blink Overgrowth.
You should go for it. He's out of mana right now.
Yeah, they might go for the Storm, and they're just going to have Speed finish him off instead. More than enough damage, and now Hiko's the one that's going to be in trouble. As it's only a matter of time here with the Timbersaw closing on in. Chakram 1.
Fight this potentially.
No way. Chakram 2, it's dead. And they get the gem.
That's my boy. Unlucky. Yeah, so they lose Tidehunter. If Ravage is available, then I think they might have been able to continue to fight that. But yeah, like you mentioned, it wasn't a cooldown. But they do get the kill off on the DNM, which is fairly important. It's only going to be him who's scaling into like the super late game. You can do a lot of damage with the Timber Saw, but he's not going to be able to fight people with BKBs up.
He's going to go Scythe next is the thing. That's usually what happens when you get the Timber Saw at this stage. Once you have like the Blink Ags Kaya Sange, it's just you go the Scythe of Ice, and then suddenly, you have that late game kill threat. So we'll see what he ends up doing, but I'd have to imagine he queues up a Scythe here at some point. AB1's queued up a Refresher. He's just gonna go for the double Overgrowth. He's tired of the Dispels. To play this game.
Oh. There's no way this is actually what he goes for. I mean, he's got a Philosopher's Stone, but he's never gonna have the money to finish this one off.
Oh, dude, he's close, man. What do you mean? He's got like almost 4K gold.
Yeah, it's gonna take like another 20 minutes on a position 5.
Nah, look how farmed he is, man. Compared to Coddle, Tiny, he's actually hella farmed.
How is he gonna farm? You need a paper route?
I mean, the paper route's the Philosopher's Stone. Dude, imagine growing up in an era where you could make like an actual salary as a paper boy. Unbelievable.
You didn't make a salary. That was slave labor, man.
Dude, you could buy a house off of a paper route.
You're so crappy, man. Yeah.
Timber Saw up onto the high ground, has the Force Staff to get down, but he goes right into the Pango. He's managed to catch 2 Nuwages. Just crushed as Speed's gonna chase down the Timber Saw with ease. What a catch on the Pangolier. And Arcane Rune bottom, Jeans goes all the way across the map to grab it.
Well, they managed to find 3 just like that. 15k net worth advantage for the Rats. And Mini still doesn't have this MKB completed. They're about to chase him.
They've got the ward.
Here. He's got to get out of here now.
He is in so much trouble. He's going to lose all his mana. Yeah, that's it. Oh my god, dude. What is that damage? I was like, oh, he'll lose his mana and not be able to BKB. They just kill him instantly in a bash. Give me the death summary, please.
It was...
It's all Timber Saw.
Timber Saw, yeah. Alright,
Okay.
so they do have tools to be able to take team fights. They have tools to be able to defend the high ground. Once this Storm Spirit has the Aghanim Scepter completed, he's only 600 gold away. Like, and you can turn a fight instantly. You do have to be a little bit worried about this.
Alright, Rolling Thunder in from Red 2. He's got both supports in his eyes as he's trying to chase in on the help of Speed. Quick little swashbuckle out to safety, and that is a dead Tiny. He does have the buyback, which will give them some potential to defend the high ground, but fortification will come through. We'll buy them a little bit of time, and of course, look at the refresh fort on the tower as it falls. Roshan could be respawning soon, so we'll get that timer in a couple of seconds here. What can they do, Neph?
They sell the bottle on Storm Spirit and pop. I mean, they have an Arcane Rune on Storm Spirit right now. They need to pop this other Fortify right now. All right, good.
I think they still get it. Double
these catapults. Yeah. Abyssal Tendrils. Eco, defend the base.
Oh, Rolling Thunder from Red 2 just to guarantee that they get the tower. Or not the tower, but the melee barracks. Nicely done. Top lane Storm clears out that wave just to get himself close to the Aghanim Scepter, and he almost has it now.
The Arcane Rune popped just at the same time just before he respawned, so he didn't end up getting the buff from it, which is kind of unfortunate. If he got that, he gets up at the top lane, clears out the creep waves, gets his Aghanim Scepter. They might be able to take a team fight there.
Also, I'm not sure if you caught this, but almost an instant Roche respawn, and AB1 has his refresher.
It doesn't get better from this for the Rats.
Yeah. They're still trapped inside their base on NoRunes. It's going to fall super fast. You're going to have that Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher. Aegis, of course, going to the Drow. Refresher probably to Red 2, and Cheese most likely on over to Speed. And just like that, another massive gain here for the side of 5RATS as they are 20,000 gold ahead now.
The Cheese is on the ground. AB1 is going to remember, right? Yeah, of course he does.
He's like, guys, someone needs to get the stinky cheese. Scan does come through. NoRunes will know exactly where they are, but it's impossible to take this fight now. Like, your mid lane's pushed. They're going to slowly just start pushing in top lane. So they want to be able to threaten a second lane here. As tier 4 items do come into play.
I am not a betting man. unless it's
Abyssal
basketball.
Blade completed
Football,
on the
horse racing,
Bango now.
Oh, Scythe of Ice done on Timber Saw.
I'd bet
So
on
there's your Blink Scythe with the refresher.
Radiant's top tower, I'd
Good luck.
I feel like this is a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario. Like Troll Warlord, yeah, he's pretty scary if he gets on top of you with the BKB, but you can essentially disable him for like half of the duration between hitting with the Abyssal Blade ability and just swashbuckling and bashing him.
I feel like Speed's just gonna Blink Scythe him and he's dead. Right? Like, I think if they see the Troll, it's gonna be a Blink Scythe, and...
Yeah, but even if they don't, even if Troll gets a favorable initiation here, like...
Red 2's in, just gonna start causing some havoc onto the backside here with the Pangolier. Level 25, so the Rolling Thunder cooldown obviously picked up, so he just keep spamming this one, having some fun with it. They're gonna
Look what
smoke up on
damage
both
did.
sides. That tier 3 is almost dead to the Drow Illusions. Oh,
This is
man.
wild. They draw a line through the jungle. I guess they want to get some more vision up.
I am
They're
not
underneath the
a betting
ward
man
right now, and they
unless
did
it's
catch the
basketball.
Ricky on that.
Football, horse racing,
But I'm not sure they can take a fight into them.
But if I was,
I mean, you essentially you need to get on top of the Drow Ranger, but the Drow has the Aegis. So either Drow or Timbersaw right now, I think, are your ideal targets to jump.
They planted a second ward sentry here in mid lane, which is kind of neat. But I don't know if they can even play around this still. Because the thing is 5RAT doesn't really care about the mid lane. They're just going to cut the wave, make sure it still pushes. But top lane's all they really want, right? Mini? Uh-oh. Could they go for it? He needs to be very careful. I guess if he does get turned around, they have triple Force Staff to get him out. But Ricky caught in the mid lane. Do they have a damage to finish him off? Absolutely. Nicely done. So he's going to know about the ward sentry now. Do they have a, I know they have a gem, don't they? Yeah, it's on Treant. So Treant's going to have to scout it out.
You will, but it's not that safe to walk far forward like this when you're down to hero.
Yeah. Well, they got the tier 3 tower. Drow actually... Witchbane. Does that proc off Swashbuckle? Because that would be insane. I don't think it does. It's one of the reasons like Brigand's Blade is like one of the best items on Pangolier in all of Dota, just because it procs on Swashbuckle for some reason.
Dire is wiping their big purple butts
Yeah, they
with
do need to
Radiant's
change
top
some
barrier.
these things around. It at least does it does physical damage now. It used to do magical damage, right?
Ceremonial robe there for AB1. That's nice. Level 25 now on the Timber Saw, so the global Timber Chain range. You know, obviously it's not, but I like to refer to it as that. And Lil Nick carrying a telescope. This is huge, actually. You can just provide so much utility for the Drow Ranger, but also gives you a lot longer cast range on your Sleeping Dart, combined with the Aether Lens as well. You can smoke screen from like a whole screen away.
He doesn't have to put himself in the center of danger anymore.
Yeah,
I like
exactly. He's going for an Aeon Disc.
Mhm.
So what does NoRunes need here to try and keep
Let me tell you,
themselves in
they
this?
need this Midas that Tiny has queued up. That's exactly what they need. This is going to be the game changer that brings them back into the game here, Ricky.
Very based. I like it.
You're not going to freak out and go, why is he building a Midas? Why does he have a Midas queued up? Oh, God.
Nope. Totally makes sense to me. They're going to hold this one out for 60 minutes, and
I
that
see.
Midas will eventually pay off. He's going to go
I
to the
think when
Moon
you're playing
Shard.
against 5RAT,
He's gonna go-
if you're playing a game against... Sorry.
No,
You
you,
go
sir.
first.
You're much more
I insist,
smart than I am.
Ricky. It is true, but I'll give you a chance.
I was gonna say, like, if you wait for the 60 minutes, you know, you can go the Moon Shard and then the Aghanim Shard build, and you have just a machine gun Tiny. But obviously, that's not the plan here. I'm pretty sure he's trolling with the Midas. So,
Yeah.
what were you gonna say
Sure,
about
too.
5RAT?
Huh? I was gonna say, if you're playing against 5RAT, I think you're better off just like building a Midas at the start of the game. This team has more 60-minute games than I think anyone else. They just don't like, even when they're winning, they don't feel that good at closing it out. When they're losing, they fight like hell, and you can never seem to end against them. I was just talking about this 2 days ago. I feel like if they were as good at defending as they are, sorry, if they were good at like ending games that were defending, like they would never lose a game ever.
Oh, DNM going for for the Silver Edge next. That's going to be good. They will finally scout the ward sentry here in the mid lane. If you want to clear those up, but they just jump in right away. They find the troll. The Hex is there, but a nice jump in from Jeans as he gets the Vortex. BKB's going to be forced as he's inside that smoke screen. So you get the Drow BKB, you get the Storm BKB. I think overall still okay is he's got that Aegis for 40 seconds, but
we have this very small window now where Drow Ranger doesn't have the BKB available and she loses the Aegis, but I'm not sure they can make anything happen of that window.
Yeah, DNM's just backing up. He's gonna hold buyback plus farm the Silver Edge as like his way of dealing with the Tidehunter, which if he gets the break onto the Tidehunter, he's super dead.
Dog comes out, nothing. Ooh.
Jeans?
Try to jump on the Nick, but if they didn't get him
Eco's got a gem.
Forward. Yeah, he didn't end up connecting the electric vortex onto him, unfortunately.
Oh, they smoke up right away. I mean, they see Nick here. Oh, he actually pops the smoke, drops the cloud up onto the high ground. He jumps in, he gets the vortex nicely done onto Red 2. The Ravage comes through as well. This Pango goes down. No saves. Treant Protector is going to bite the Duck's Nest, and there it is. The no BKB with no Aegis. DNM on the run. The toss in. He's super gone. Double kill for Mr. Jeans. A huge opening now for NoRunes. And a massive blunder there from the side of 5RAT.
I didn't think they'd make that happen. It was in like a 20-30 second window to make that play where the BKB wasn't available on the Drow and the Aegis expires, and that's exactly what happens.
They do it. I mean, 10,000 XP, dude. Oh my gosh. Almost 5,000 gold and 10,000 XP. That is
I mean, that's a level 26 Pango that you just killed.
Yeah. That is a huge win. I mean, you can see the graph just like spike back the other way now. And suddenly Mini is a force to be reckoned with. He's going to get his level 25, so Battle Trance, Strong Dispel likely to be the case here. And there it is. You're not going to be able to kill him through those stuns anymore.
Dyer's top tower is really taking a beating.
This game all of a sudden looking a little bit more difficult for 5RAT.
I mean, Storm's almost 25 as well. The overload attack bouncing is a huge DPS upgrade for this hero as well. It's one of those talents that like you get it and suddenly your Storm Spirit goes from doing a couple thousand damage in fights to like 10,000 damage in fights. So we'll see. That is a big one. They get the top tier 2 tower finally at 43 minutes. So Outpost can eventually be taken down, but
Heroes were respawning right there.
Yeah, heroes are definitely respawning. Speed, he's got his eyes set on something. He's looking. Whether or not he's going to find it will be a different answer. Oh my god, Tiny here. Hiding in the trees. AB1's going to actually scout him. Oh, 4-staff? Oh yeah, they got him. Trying to TP out, no chance. Nicely done.
One benefit of him only being level 17 is that his respawn time is going to be relatively quick there. Oh, it's an arcane rune, but I don't think Storm. Yeah, Storm's on the other side of the map. No shot, he grabs that.
Definitely picking that one up on the Pango here. He does have the overwhelming blink queued up next. I would like an Aeon disc eventually here. Or dropped on the high ground by Nuage. The gem will scout it out. At least I thought it would. I'm a little bit surprised they didn't actually kill a ward. Maybe he's gonna go back for it now. Hard to say.
Alright. Well, Aeon Disc being worked on by the Ricky, overwhelming blink on Red 2. Drow Ranger working on a blink gear for herself. I don't know if any of these are going to change the outcome of the team fight that much. I feel like you're already at like basically your strongest point in the game on 5RAT. Meanwhile, NoRunes does continue to get a little bit stronger.
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
This
You have refresher done on Storm now.
on.
Yeah, so double Vortex, double BKB. Very scary. And yeah, Call you talk about.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
All right, we're good.
Ooh, a little bit of deja vu. Hiko, 4-staff ends up on the low ground, not really where he wants to be, but again, Red 2 comes in, gets the Abyssal Blade onto the Coddle. 4-staff trying to save him. Oh, he's just dancing with death right there.
There he goes down. Roshan is back up right now, so this means that they have no keeper of the light unless he buys back into the game here. And he might have to. It almost looks like they want to stick around for this one.
It's going to fall so fast. They have to scout this out with the troll. Sleeping Dart does come through. And there it is. Will be the buyback. Smoke up from 5RAT. The Arcane Rune means that Rolling Thunder is already back up. Radiant scan. They're going to see red 2. And there comes the Rolling Thunder. The Tiny gets hexed onto the front line. He will fall, and in comes Jeans. BKB Vortex there onto the Drow. DNM will get his BKB off. There's going to be the refresher. And Jeans will be forced to use it. But Pango is just destroying these heroes back here all alone. Almost gets the Swashbuckle to take down the Uages. But Mini thinking of going in. Speed has that blink, has the scythe. But he's going to be forced to BKB and back away. They're just going right back into the Roshan as DNM knows what is important here.
Not wasting any time. They're going to try to come back in the pit, but they're not going to be nearly fast enough.
Oh, Pico! Ooh. He gets the Ravage off, but everything's already been taken. The Vortex onto the whole team. They're cleaning up big. The Aegis will give the Drow a second life for the Pango. The Avalanche, the toss. He's got a Hurricane Pike away, trying to BKB. Will he make it? He gets out just barely. Nick trying to disengage. Has that Aeon Disc. If he wants to reassemble it, up onto the north. Double Blink Strike away. He's going to TP on home. A really good fight from NoRunes, but I don't think they got anything from Roche other than the cheese.
I mean, they'll take it. It's even getting the cheese is like decent in and of itself. I mean, they stopped them from getting anything with the Aegis, even though I feel like 5RAT have had an easier time controlling the map, so they blocked them from getting that one. They managed to get even more XP swinging their way, and now they're able to take a tier 2, and I feel like probably a tier 3 tower.
They're going to force a buyback for sure on the Pango here.
Yeah.
Someone's going to have to buy
You might
back.
pay for this with your life on Mini, though.
Ooh. Nick in some trouble here. As they just jump in, there's the Aeon Disc, and he will be able to disengage. DNM does have the multi-shot, like, constant spam, which is a ton of damage. But yeah, Mini just staying on the lane of barracks. They do have Treant Protector coming back. He did take the Aghanim Scepter, so he's got the Eyes of the Forest now. But it looks like they're just going to trade for the lane of barracks. Even up the map here, it seems. Well done by NoRunes.
Evening out the Rax advantage. You know, it was a 2% win probability for NoRunes like 5-10 minutes ago.
And suddenly 28 and growing.
Okay, fine. You can look. It's kind of funny.
Just like Tiny with his net worth, with his Lakey and Midas, you know?
Yep.
Yep.
AB1 really needs to start getting these eyes out. He just planted his first one, but it's one of those things, like, there is a gem on the map already, so it's hard to keep these, like, being useful.
Nice.
But it will give you a little bit of vision to play around still. And of course, you can use them to farm if you really want.
Not the best idea, but you can. It is indeed an option.
Smoke up from NoRunes. Looking for something. Haste Rune available on Mr. Jeans. Of course, has that refresher now off cooldown. Top of the mat, though, is where you're going to be able to find the side of 5RAT.
Doesn't look like 5RAT are going to take the bait here in the mid lane. I mean, you have to play pretty far forward if you wanted to catch DNM out, and I imagine the majority of the team would be sitting behind him. But everyone on 5RAT has been off the map for a little while. Everyone on NoRunes has been off the map, so everybody's playing so carefully. At 50 minutes in, one of these deaths could cost you a whole lot. But it's all it takes is you losing like an important hero after buyback, and all of a sudden the game's lost.
Eco's looking for the ward as well as the Treant and trying to find these eyes now that they just scouted one in the jungle, so they know that these are going to start popping up everywhere. It is really difficult to play around these things.
Dyer is wiping their big
The eyes, yeah. I mean, the initiation power is so important, because the only way that they've really won these team fights is just super sick Ravages and Electric Vortexes. It's actually just been the Vortexes, now that I think about it. Like, Mr. Jeans catching people out after a really sick jump.
Dude, if Treant gets to the 25 Overgrowth Undispellable, that's pretty nuts, actually. double AoE overgrowth being undispellable could be like a game winner for sure. Ward Center jumped. We're going to see 5RAT smoked up. They do scan out into the base. They're going to run right into Mr. Jeans. He jumps in, doesn't get the Hex. He will end up finding out on the Troll. The second Hex, he jumps forward. They're just going to continue the chase. Can they bring it down? The third Force Staff to try and save him. Can he do it alone? Red 2 can't. Mini almost dead on no HP here as he's chasing for more. The lifesteal is doing some work. He pops the BKB. He's going to survive. Jeans unable to connect onto anything. The only casualty will end up being that Tiny, but a lot expended to try and bring down that Troll Warlord.
Yeah, I mean, a lot expected from both sides here.
Yeah.
I think you're in a fine position right now on 5RAT. You have them, their backs against the wall inside the base here. You probably try to just pressure racks. You do have to be a little bit worried about the Ravage Vortex combo still, but as long as you don't group up, you can chip away at this here. Maybe they just don't feel like
Nick
they have
has
the
found
confidence
Jeans.
of the BKBs.
He's got no BKB. He needs to get out. Nice Ravage in from Hiko to buy him the space. They jump in on the Troll Warlord. Ricky in some problem, but a nice gust does come through Manta to buy him some space, but they're still stuck inside the smoke screen and both go down. He's gonna buy back on the Troll. Storm Spirit has his, but they lose the Tide Hunter as well. Oh no, NoRunes in some trouble as the Abyssal Blade comes out for Red 2 that dives to take down the Caudal. 4 dead now. That might be it.
You had
Baited by the Ricky.
Baited by the Ricky, baited by their own Ravage as well. The Troll Warlord jumps in, but he's just permanently disabled. If he doesn't have the BKB to hit them, or something like that, he doesn't get disabled by the other team. That's the issue about playing into the ultra late game. These BKBs are so crucial.
Yeah, and there's the Hex onto the Storm. 1 second off the BKB timing. Ends up dying.
Nice try.
And that is it. GG. 5RATFORCESTAFF grabbing game number 1.
Yeah. In 5RATFORCESTAFF fashion of a 52-minute game. I mean, they're winning. It looked like NoRunes might have been able to bring it back, but 5RAT ended up closing out the game in the end. I mean, I'd say that a lot of this came down to just giving up too many Roshes to 5RAT. The second Roshan, where Little Nick managed to get the steal off on the Aegis and got the shard as well. If that hadn't happened, I think NoRunes wins this game.
It actually is super important how big that second Rosh was. It's nuts. Yeah, that was really, really well done. And yeah, third and fourth Rosh going the way of 5RAT as well. Like NoRunes managed to win the fights kind of around the Rosh pit or slightly after the Roshan. And yeah, they cleaned up that that mid lane racks to try and even out the map. But you were just still so far behind in gold and in experience at that point. And just too much for them to deal with. So a really sick game number 1 from 5RAT. And like you said, in classic fashion for them taking it super late.
Yep. Well, this is the first game of the day. 5RAT win game number 1. Now, here's a fun 5RAT fact for everyone today. They actually have to play games 1 and 4 today.
Yep. It's going to be good. It's going to be a long day for them.
Especially if they keep up these 15-minute matches.
Yes, dude. We're going to be here for a while. All right, everyone. We're going to go to a short break, and we will be back with game number 2 of this first series. So stay tuned for more here on the BTS Pro Series. We'll see you after the break.